What you've just witnessed there is the Neverhood opening. Nothing has been cut out, nothing's been edited. You just wake up in a room and that's all you're given. And if you've ever watched any of my videos, you probably recognize that soundtrack as well. And unless you're doing that famous watch Indie Mouse videos with your eyes closed challenge, or you have this open on your second monitor, that one's probably a little more believable. Probably recognize that this whole game is made out of clay. 3 tons of clay to be precise. This is an incredibly creative and bold decision from the developers here. A decision I don't think you'd see nowadays. I feel like the only decision developers make nowadays is like what font to use on their Twitter JPEG apology when their video game doesn't work. Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. It's just, it writes itself. I have been promising this video for a while now, so I downloaded Scum VM, got it working on this bad boy, and played through the entire game in one sitting. I did consider buying the big box version of the Neverhood, but when I checked eBay, it was just it was a little out of my budget. Most of the puzzles in this game are still like burned into my brain, so it only took a few hours to get through. But if you've never seen this game before, you're in for one hell of a journey. Sally, you have anything to add to this?
No.
Oh good, as helpful as ever. Enjoy my journey through the Neverhood. We're getting out of here. Yoop! First things first, you get eaten by the fly trap. Now luckily there's only one fail state death in this game, and I'll show that much later. This is Clayman, by the way. I think this is his best angle. So here's the first puzzle in the Neverhood. You got 5 donuts hanging from the roof, and you got a fly trap that you can push around. One of the donuts, pulling it opens the door. Doesn't take a genius to work this one out, but there's a big red button on the door. Do not hit that, that will not open the door. Now the secret in here is one of these donuts also does a cowbell sound, and that is vital for a later on section in the game, but we'll cover that when we get there. Before we head out though into an oddly scary first person section, we better check our mail real quickly. I do not love Willy. Hey, me either, but you know what? Each to their own. And if you're wondering what happens when you hit the red button, here it is. So between the buildings in the Neverhood, there are these first-person sections. These parts spooked the hell out of me as a kid. Might be the pitch black sky or the ambiance. I don't know how to explain it, man. I mean, look at this. You think 12-year-old me was okay walking into this? Anyway, this is our first objective. We need to unlock these 3 locks. Oh yeah, this is our first disc. You need every single one of these to beat the game. Don't worry, I know where every single one is. Alright, check this out. I'm gonna do this in real time with no editing, because I'm a god at this, but also, just so you can listen to the song. Hey, that's our second disc, baby. Okay, so this is the infamous law room. This is a long corridor that you have to walk down all the way to the end to pick up a singular disc, which again, you need to finish this game, and then you have to walk all the way back. And if you're a much stronger person than I am, you can actually read all of the lore along this whole corridor. Now, as a kid, this corridor felt like it took hours. We'd have to go in shifts. You know, I'd end up having to get a friend over because I was clicking on the end of this hallway for so long that I need someone to take over because it was just too much clicking. I couldn't handle it anymore. And then what felt like the whole afternoon gone, we got to the end, picked up the single disc, and we had to make that same journey back into the night. But now that I have this whole scene in my editing software, I'm seeing that this whole hallway there and back actually only takes about 7.5 minutes. So if that doesn't prove that time works differently depending on what age you are, I don't know what does. Better save my game here. I did the walk. I'll understand that. There's one button unlocked, baby. Also, if we pull this little lever here, we get some nifty spoilers for later. You come back here with the lights off and you see a secret code. I'm gonna write this down in my notepad because I'm a giant nerd. Ah yes, The TNT Man puzzle. I'm gonna be real with you. Usually this just involves me clicking the screen a bunch of times. Okay, yep. That's it. You make a TNT little man that looks exactly like Clayman here for no reason at all. So I don't know if I remember this part correctly. Might be a Mandela effect going on. But you may be able to soft lock on this mushroom. You eat these berries off it and they make Clayman burp. And each time you eat a berry, he burps for a little bit longer. And if you eat like 5 of these things, I'm convinced that it goes forever. Look, we're gonna test it out. I may have to skip ahead a little bit for some of this, but we'll see how we do. Oh my god, he's still going? Okay, I'm not eating another one. That went for so fucking long. Why is this game so scary, man? I mean, what could I possibly have added to that masterpiece? Alright, so naturally to defeat this guy, all you have to do is walk... What the hell, man? Now what you actually gotta do is just push this TNT man into him. Look how proud he is of that. Alright, here's our second luck. We just gotta go around here. Just... Look, not every part in this game is a winner. There's one more to go. Oh, now we gotta go all the way back. I'm gonna save you all a bit of time here. This is like a little rhythm puzzle. You gotta spit in the water into these tubes and make the same tune as the top one. The more water that's in there, the higher the pitch. And this is how it's done.
Hey, Clayman! Say knock knock.
Yeah, I never liked that guy. There's just something off with him, you know? Like, that's the only time you ever see him in the game. It's just weird, man. Oh no, we have to go back to the long corridor and close the door so this ladder is usable. I mean, we picked it. There we go, we did it. That's the third and final button unlocked. We can get into that cave door after we pick up this disc. Do not pull the rope. Do not pull the rope. Clayman? Do not pull the rope, Clayman! So when I said that most of the puzzles are burned into my brain, this is one of the ones that elude me. I must have pushed this one out at some point. In my defense, I had to make a lot of room for all these board game rules that I have in my head. Like, this is just too many. So after entering the locked cave, our boy Clayman here finds a giant cannon. He immediately hops into it, fires it, which makes the bird go. We shoot the wall with a crack in it. The rocks conveniently fall, cover up this hole, stopping the water flow, which means we can get access to the radio station. So I mentioned at the start there was a one and only game over scenario you can get, and this is it. It does warn you with a lot of signs here. There he goes. It's like a bit from one of my videos. Maybe this game is responsible for a lot of my humor. It's still going. Oh, another disc. So this is the radio room. The radio isn't on. That is something I've noticed here. Remember that donut ring at the start of the game with the cowbell? That toggles this radio on and off. Now, of course, I already got this shit on lockdown, but the way you're supposed to figure this out has something to do with the cowbell sound. That's all there is, I think. God knows how I figured this out as a child. I think it must have just accidentally been on or something. Going around this stupid foot again. Oh yeah, okay. See, those are important. I'm gonna write those down as well. I'll show you this at some point, don't worry. The hell's so funny? Oh god, that's so loud! Bobby! What could Bobby mean? Well, that's blue, orange, blue, blue, yellow. Those are the colors you gotta make these crystals, which then turns Clayman into Baby Clayman. Yo, this stuff looks tasty as heck. Leave a like if you think this looks tasty. Hey, you know 100% of you aren't subscribed. Whoa, that's whack, dude. No way. No one cares. Alright, we're gonna drink this. And we're gonna re-biggen ourselves. And that's how you do it. Alright, so we find ourselves up on this island overlooking the Neverhood. And there's a giant nail with a chain linked all the way down to the two halves of the Neverhood. Clayman decides it's a good idea to pull out this nail, which sends the chain flying, and the two halves of the island connect once again. Unfortunately, this does mean we need to get into one of those boots that go duk, 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 which I'm sure I'll cut out of the video and none of you will have to witness. You also see the main villain of the Neverhood, Clog.
Oh, it's you! Hi! Go away! The guy goes and he keeps coming back. I don't get it. I wish he'd just go away. He'll probably do it again.
Clayman, you don't know what that does, brother. Stop spinning it like that. Slow down. Oh, no. Get out of there, you sheep! No! Yeah, this is the one puzzle that always stumps me. I'm gonna come back to this one. Gotta get the mouse to the cheese, man. This is like the door puzzle from Final Fantasy VII in the Temple of the Ancients. Alright, we did it, good. We gotta go over into this chip sandwich building. I think that's peanut butter and jelly on the right there. Ooh, 2 discs in one room? Man, we're lucky. Look, I have no doubt in my mind there's people out there that can do this shit without writing it down, but not me. Maybe I drew out a grid on my nice little notepad here. It's basically one of those match 2 games, except the twist is if you mess up once, it all disappears. So you have to memorize where all the same symbols are, click all those, and then move on to the next set, and do that for every single set until they're all done. It's very important to write down as well, because you're going to need to know how many of each symbol there are later on.
Clayman, up here.
Willie? Is that you, Willie? Hey! So this is what I mentioned before about the match 2 puzzle, where you have to know exactly the amount of each one of these symbols is on that board. Luckily I do have them written down in my notepad, and this will get Bill's bear over to him. Almost. Well, what happens next is devastating. Alright, so this puzzle's finally unlocked in my brain now. Basically, you click this button, it's going to show you a sequence of these weird symbols. One of them's going to have a weird sound effect over it. The only problem is, in every single game, the sequence is completely different, so you can't just look up a guide or anything for it. Using these symbols, much later on in the game, you can you basically create the same sequence in this computer here, except instead of using the symbol shown with the weird sound on it back in the other computer, there's going to be a different symbol here with the same weird sound. You got to use that one instead. Don't worry about it. You're never going to play this game. Like the prophecy foretold on that wall. We got to shoot Bill in the head. I'm not happy about this, but it's got to be done. He's just reaching for his bear, man. Look what we do to him. It's okay. He has a happy ending. Alright, here's the reason we had to shoot Bill. It wasn't a crime of violence. We have to switch him from bad up to good. And then just like that, we got ourselves a robot, baby. Look at this guy. He has no idea what he's doing. I really like this, because Clayman's no longer in control. This is Bill on autopilot. He just really wants his bear. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Willie, how'd you get into that situation? Remember when you dropped a pot plant on my head? You're lucky Clayman's a nice guy.
Clockwork beast, we're doomed!
Alright, so Bill and Willie did die there. It's super devastating. But the good news is, we have every single disc in the whole game. Didn't expect me to slot them in all at the same time, did they? So basically, finding all these discs will give you the full lore of the Neverhood. This is where Vardy Video got the idea for his channel, so we're gonna look. I've cut it down a little bit, all right. But again, this is gonna be the basic premise of the Neverhood lore and how we got where we are.
It all starts with Hoborg, a being who had to create. Hoborg thought this world would make him happy, but it make him sad. But then Hoborg get him an idea. He said,
I know. I'll make a friend to enjoy this world with me.
Hoborg happy to have a new friend. He named him Clog and welcomed him to the Neverhood.
Everything you see here is yours to enjoy. You and I shall spend all our days here together. With you by my side, I'll make more.
Corral!
No! I mean, no, Clog. This crown is the only thing that you cannot have. What?
No! Maybe. Me hope Clog no find out about this. Scary. Happy birthday!
And this is how we found Clayman at the beginning of the game. So that's how the Neverhood all began. So after that lore dump, Willy pushes a key through the screen, which gives us our final key to get to Clog. Look, the start of the game is like this methodical, slow-paced puzzle game. Great atmosphere. I'm gonna be honest, the end of the game kind of comes at you fast. It's like you stuck your head under a waterfall, except the waterfall is made of clay, which is why the end of this game is going to seem very rushed. It's not me editing stuff out. It's just this part is very fast. Oh, this doesn't do anything, does it? This is the puzzle from the start of the game again. You know, very very smart to bring it around to the first room of the game, and this is the final room of the game. Except this time, we need to pull one to get that down, and then one of the other ones pulls the gate down on the other side. How are we gonna do this? I'll tell you what, I'll show you how to do it.
I'm sorry. Did I frighten you? My name is Clog. Everything you see here is mine to do with as I so desire. And I desire for all of this to be yours to rule. All you have to do is wear the adornment of a king. Yes, the Neverhood crown. You
Man,
know
Clog kind of
it.
sounds like my old
Maybe
friend
he
Jordan
goes.
underneath, doesn't he?
So
Man, I miss
let's
that
make
guy.
our
I hope he's
decision,
doing
shall
well.
we?
What? What?
I know what you're thinking, and you can forget it.
What the?
Simon, no!
What is your name?
Clayman.
Clayman. Yes, of course. Well, stand up, friend. You saved this world, and
Die, you old fool!
So fun fact, there is a sequel to the Neverhood called Skull Monkeys. It was a PlayStation 1 platformer, and Clog flies out into the world of Skull Monkeys here. And that game picks up straight after he lands on the Skull Monkey Island, and he skins one of them alive. I don't know, it's messed up. My friend had it. I never played that one though.
so wait here, Clayman, and I'll make you some friends. Clayman, wake up.
Clayman, wake up!
Hey everybody, this is Clayman, and without his smarts, compassion, and high moral fiber, we wouldn't be here today.
Half a cheer for Clayman!
Hip hip hoo!
It is now time to goof off.
Clayman, up here.
Hell yeah, man. We got Willie and we got Bill back. I told you it had a happy ending.
And things are good.
And that's the Neverhood. What a game. Man, that game only took 2 hours to beat, huh? Alright, well, hope you enjoyed this video. That was a long time coming. See you real soon with something else. This game is about a 90s adventure game that is incredibly niche, so please do leave a like and comment and all that bollocks. It's got to reach someone, right?
Yeah, I'm eating this file that you've got here called do not open at all costs. There is 100 gigabytes of feet pics.